Do you like to add salt to your fries? Have you used a magnesium medication to relieve heartburn? In both cases, you are using ionic compounds. The chemical name of table salt is sodium chloride, a compound of sodium and chlorine. A common medication for heartburn is magnesium oxide, a compound of magnesium and oxygen. Like salt and other ionic compounds, magnesium oxide has a crystal lattice structure. These chemicals are formed between ions of the atoms that make them up. An atom becomes ionized when it loses or gains electrons. An electrically neutral atom has a number of electrons equal to the number of protons. The negative charges on the electrons balance the positive charges on the protons. When an ion forms, the atom loses or gains electrons, so the charges are no longer balanced, and the atom has a charge. An electron has a charge of -1, and a proton has a charge of +1. The atom's gain or loss of charge depends on the number of electrons gained or lost. Therefore, the quantity of charge on an ion is always an integer. An atom that loses electrons forms a positive ion since it loses negatively charged electrons. Likewise, an atom that gains electrons forms a negative ion. If sodium loses an electron, its ion is positively charged, written with a subscript plus sign above the element symbol, Na+. The chlorine atom gains an electron, so its ion is negatively charged, written as Cl1-. To draw the compound's Lewis structure, you enclose the ions in square brackets and show their charges. Positively charged ions are called cations. You can remember this because the T is like a plus sign. Negatively charged ions are called anions, which is easy to remember because the first two letters are like an acronym, standing for a negative ion. Reactive elements usually occur in nature as molecules and often form ionic compounds. By forming ionic bonds, these elements have a noble gas electron configuration in their outermost electron shell. The respective electrons are transferred between atoms to give each atom a noble gas configuration. The noble gas configuration is chemically stable. Ionic bonds form due to electrostatic attraction between two ions of opposite charge. Since metal ions are positively charged, they form cations. Nonmetallic ions are negatively charged, so they form anions. An ionic compound nearly always comprises ionic bonds between a metal and nonmetal. Sometimes ions form when two or more atoms are covalently bonded, but act as a single ion, such as the hydroxide ion, OH. Sodium hydroxide, NaOH, is an ionic compound that dissolves in water to form a strong alkali. Many ionic compounds readily dissolve in water. Sodium hydroxide, or lye, is commonly used in drain cleaner and soap making. Another soluble ionic compound, sodium fluoride, is a component of toothpaste and is often added to drinking water. It helps protect our teeth from decay.